My parents drained the $390,000 I had saved over 10 years to buy a house. When I found out, my dad smirked and said, "Thanks for being so naive. Your money just secured your brother's future." I couldn't stop laughing, because the cash they stole wasn't what they thought. They had taken the wrong bait. Imagine a decade of your life, every sacrifice, every late night, every penny saved, all for one singular dream. Then, in a single, gut-wrenching moment, you realize it's all been stolen, not by a stranger, but by the very people who were supposed to protect you. And when you finally confront them, they don't just admit it, they smile, coldly, smugly, and tell you they did it to secure your brother's future. That's when I, Emily Harper, just couldn't help but laugh. If you're wondering why I laughed, why my entire body convulsed with it in that moment of utter betrayal, you have to understand what it was like growing up with Diane and Richard Harper. My parents. From my earliest memories in Boston, their control was absolute, an iron fist wrapped in velvet. Every single aspect of my life was micromanaged, my clothes, my friends, my extracurriculars, even the books I was allowed to read. Nothing in our sprawling colonial house, no corner of my existence, truly felt like mine. Privacy? That was a foreign concept. We're only looking out for your best interests. My mother would purr, all while systematically dismantling any shred of autonomy I tried to build. She was a marketing executive who approached parenting like another project, managed with clinical, chilling precision. My father, a financial advisor with a reputation for aggressive investment strategies, controlled the family finances with an equally rigid grip. "Money isn't for children to worry about," he'd declare whenever I dared ask about savings or an allowance. Meanwhile, he meticulously documented every single penny I spent in a little black notebook he kept locked in his desk. The stark, almost cruel contrast to how they treated my younger brother, Tyler, made their suffocating control over me even more agonizingly clear. Tyler, for years my junior, seemed to float through life doing no wrong. His room was his sacred sanctuary, his choices rarely questioned. My parents showered him with generous funding for his hobbies, from top-tier gaming equipment to travel soccer leagues that cost a fortune. When he, at 17, wrecked his first car, totally totaled it, they didn't even bat an eye. They just bought him a newer, better one, without a single lecture. "Boys will be boys." My mother would simply shrug, as if that explained everything. Me? I once came home 15 minutes past curfew and endured a 2-hour interrogation that felt like an inquisition. I often wondered if their blatant favoritism, their relentless pushing of Tyler, was what truly ignited my fierce drive for financial independence so early in life. At 16, I secretly snagged my first job at a local coffee shop. I'd hide my tips in a hollowed-out book on my shelf, a tiny act of rebellion, a hidden nest egg. By 18, I'd squirreled away enough to pay for my first semester of community college, which I attended while working full-time. My parents were absolutely livid when I announced I was moving out at 19, taking my meager savings and a collection of thrift store furniture to a shared apartment 30 minutes away. "You're making a terrible mistake, Emily," my father warned, his voice like ice. "You'll be back within 6 months." But I wasn't. I thrived. I transferred to. Full story added in below.